What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be making bechamel sauce. Kind of talk about it, talk about the history behind it, where it's from, and how many things you can do with it. And then once we're done with the sauce, we're gonna make a potato gratin. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon. I appreciate it. So the sauce that we're gonna make today is a bechamel sauce. It's a sauce, you might not know it, but it's from the 17th century. It was created by a guy named Escoffier. It's a French, one of the trendsetters in French cooking. So he created the sauce, and basically we use the sauce in a lot of our cooking today. A lot of stuff that, a lot of the white sauce, that's the base for all the white sauces. So you have, it's a mother sauce, so you have five mother sauces, and bechamel is one of them. And we're gonna focus on bechamel today. We got tomato sauce, bechamel, velouté, espagnole, and the last one, I'll let you know. I can't think of it right now. So, like I said, this is the base sauce for a lot of your white sauces. So, we're gonna get started. So, I got my pan on already. We're gonna start out with putting some butter in our pan. Turn it down because this pan is a little bit too hot. Because you don't want your butter to burn. And then while your butter is working, give me 1 second. So while your butter's working, sorry about that, you're gonna add some shallots. And the good thing about the shallots, it brings a lot of sweetness to your sauce. It's in the onion family. Let me bring it up so you guys can see. So this is what it looks like. Get your shallots, you want it to just cook a little bit in the butter. Then you're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of flour, and you're gonna mix it, mix your flour in there. So if any of you saw the mac and cheese, it's pretty much the same steps into making the sauce for the mac and cheese. The only difference is some people make the bechamel and they use milk, but I like heavy cream because of the fat content in the heavy cream. So I got my heavy cream in there, and then you're gonna add some salt and pepper. And again, the bechamel is just a base sauce. So you could add, once it's done, once it's to the consistency that you want, you could add, you can make your cheese sauce with it. You can make your Alfredo sauce with it. So if I was making an Alfredo sauce right now, I would do white wine, garlic, and a little bit of nutmeg. And if I'm making a cheese sauce, obviously whatever cheese that I like, or whatever cheese that I want to put in there, that's the cheese that I will use. So this is basically the basis of the bechamel sauce. And I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic to it. This is still a little thick. I don't want it to be that thick. So this is what I'm working with, just so you can see it. This is what I'm working with. And you know, the sauce gets thicker by the flour that you add to it. You know, if you add a lot of flour, it's gonna be real thick, but we don't want it to be too thick. So you just want to work it, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of white wine to it. Just a little bit of white wine. And that's gonna be, for the bechamel, you don't need to add any of the wine. This is just gonna be the base for my sauce, for my potato gratin. So I'm just gonna do some white wine. And this is just gonna elevate your sauce. All right, so this is it. If you have any questions on the bechamel, this is pretty much it. And then everything that you wanna add, you know, you can get creative with this. You can add jalapenos, cheddar cheese, whatever cheese you want to make, you know, you can use it for your nacho sauce. So this is the base sauce for a lot of things that we typically eat every day. So we're done with this sauce for now. I'm gonna put it to the side. So we're gonna start working on our potato gratin. So, to make this, again, this is very simple. It doesn't take a long time. You can blow people's minds with this. I use Yukon Gold potatoes because I like these. They're rich and buttery, and they have a lot of flavor, and you don't have to do too much to them. So I'm using a mandolin. A mandolin is just an Asian blade that cuts stuff really thin and is really sharp. You could do this with a knife. Obviously, it'll take you a little bit longer time, but I like to do it with the mandolin because of the fact that I get precision cuts. Everything is really thin, and we're doing this. You want everything to be really thin. So if you do buy these, I bought mine on Amazon, and this was like $20, $28, I think. I don't remember. I got it a while ago. This is a smaller version, so this is what the potatoes are gonna look like. They're really thin. In making this dish, you don't want the potatoes to be too thick, because if they're thick, it's gonna make it hard for the potatoes to cook. So you want it to be as thin as possible. So I'm just slicing my potatoes. You can see that, and then you know you can use these as well to make chips if you want. I love potatoes because they're so versatile. There's so many things that you can do with it. It's called a mandolin, or an Asian or Asian slicer, or Japanese slicer. So, you know, you can use these to slice, you know, whatever vegetables you want. And that's one of my favorite things in the kitchen. But you have to be really careful, because if not, you see how I'm cutting it? You want to kind of hold everything with the back of your palm, because if you don't, this is so sharp that it's really easy to cut yourself. So now that I'm done with my potatoes, I washed my potatoes before. I wouldn't recommend, you can put them in water if you want salt water, but I wouldn't recommend that because it's gonna take all the starch away from the potato, and that it has all the flavor that the potatoes, the buttery flavor of the potatoes. So I got a cast iron pan. So what I'm gonna do now, again, this is a simple dish that you could do. You know, you're gonna see it. It's not gonna take me a long time. The longest time it's gonna take is for me to bake it, but it doesn't take that long to make. I'm using butter because I don't want this stuff to stick at the bottom of the pan. If you have some pan spray, you can use pan spray. So what you're gonna do is, you know, you got the sliced potatoes. I want to so you just want to kind of lay them in the pan. You don't have to use a cast iron pan for this. You could obviously use the a Pyrex pan or anything that could go in the oven. I just like the cast iron because how evenly stuff cooks in there. So you just want to kind of lay your potatoes in there. You know, of course, people are gonna eat it, but you want to make it look, you want to make it beautiful. So you want to kind of fill the center. So you want to kind of fill the center. So the center should look like this. Again, you know, this doesn't take a long time. You know, you could really blow people's minds with this. That's one of the reasons I like this dish, because people think that it's so much stuff goes into it, but so I'm just kind of, you know, building around it. And then I'm gonna put my sauce, and I got a little bit of shrimp. We're gonna do some shrimp, some green onions. So essentially, this is kind of like a, if you want. So this is what it looks like. So if you want, what you could do is you could make a lasagna with this. You could cook the meat, you know, just to elevate your lasagna a little bit. You can cook the meat to the side, drain the fat out of the meat, and then use the ground beef in there. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some sauce. Hopefully everybody having a great day. And this is what it looks like. And then I got some cheddar cheese. We're gonna do some cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese, some Parmesan Romano, and that's what it looks like. And then we're gonna do some salt, pepper. And then I'm gonna do some garlic. Then we're gonna do some green onions. Again, simple. That's one of the things I love about, you know, cooking. You know, some of the time the most simple things taste amazing. So this is what we got working right now. You don't want to fill it too much because you don't want the. I'm gonna put a little bit more sauce on top. And I'm gonna continue the process. If you have any questions, let me know. I was trying to do a Q&A, but couldn't figure it out. So you just want to put your potatoes in there. That's what it looks like, and you just keep repeating the process. That's what it looks like. And then we're gonna do the same thing we just did. I'm gonna do some sauce. Cheese. Cheddar cheese, Gouda cheese, scallions, green onions, and then you want to do your shrimp. And then salt and pepper. Then we're gonna do our Parmesan Romano cheese. And we're gonna do sauce. So like I said, it's just kind of the buildup of a lasagna. And then we're gonna just repeat the process. I'm just gonna do a little bit more cheese on top of this. Repeat the process. Yo, what's up, Carvel? And then do your sauce. And then we're gonna keep, continue the process. So we're gonna do cheese again. Parmesan Romano, Gouda cheese, and then this is gonna be, I top it, and I'm gonna, forgot my shrimp. So I'm just gonna put everything that's left, because the next layer I'm doing is just gonna be cheese, the potatoes, the cheese, and the sauce, and then we're gonna bake it. I already have one of these kind of baked off. It doesn't take a long time. It takes around like 20 minutes. I mean, it depends on the size of your container of your pan. It takes about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna do some more potatoes because what's up, Harv? So. And you can make this dish if you're vegetarian, if you're pescatarian. It's kind of versatile. And if you're vegan, you could get some vegan cheese and just do it with some tomato sauce. That's it. Harvin, try to do this at home. Let me know how it comes out. I see you be cooking. And then what we're gonna do is the rest of the cheese that's left, put it on top. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is really, you know, this is all you're doing. And I'm gonna put a little bit of green onions on top. And then I have a small little convection oven. And this is it. This is what it looks like. So now what we're gonna do, since I have one that's already made, we're gonna pull it out. And then we're gonna put this in the oven. And then it's gonna take about 25 minutes. If you have any questions in the meantime. And like I said, I had one that was already made. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna put some green onions on there, some chopped parsley, and then of course some little edible flowers. I love these because this just takes you, it makes your food go from looking okay to looking amazing. And this is a dish that we make a lot in our Haitian culture. Again, this is from our, from the French influence. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Oh, I'm making a potato gratin. Sorry, I couldn't see your questions. So this is what it looked like. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Like I said, I was trying to do a Q&A, but for some reason it wasn't working. So let me know if you have any questions. If you want to know how. Thank you. Again, it took me like 20 minutes to do it from scratch. The only thing that would take some time would be obviously, making it. So if you have everything prepped on the sides, I use Yukon Gold potatoes. You could use any kind of potatoes that you like, but I prefer these potatoes because they taste amazing. They're real buttery, real flaky, so I just love them. And I got a mandolin. A mandolin, it's an Asian slicer. You can find them on Amazon. I bought this for about $25, but if you do buy this, be really, really, really careful because it's very, very sharp. And then all you do is, you take your potato and you run it through and it slices it real thin, and then whatever is left, you could do fries, you could do, you could make lasagna, you could, the possibilities are endless. That's why I love potatoes, it's so versatile. And then we made the sauce, the bechamel, which I told you, it's a sauce that we use a lot in Haitian cooking. We use it as a base for our macaroni and cheese. And not only in Haitian cooking, we use it a lot. They use it a lot around the world. It's a sauce that's based out of France. It was created by a guy, invented by a guy named Escoffier. He's considered to be the father of the restaurant business. He created it in the 17th century, and it's one of the 5 mother sauces, because you have 5 mother sauces, and then from these sauces, that's where you could make all your other sauces. And bechamel was one of them. And for bechamel, you could make Alfredo sauce. You can make all different kind of cheese sauce, and even the bechamel, you could use it as a sauce for desserts too. You just don't. It obviously wouldn't be made the same way. You would just not use the shallots, and you can use the shallots because the shallots is really sweet. So, and you can use it as it's a sauce that's very versatile. So, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. And my next live will be on Friday. We're doing Haitian street food, which is fritai. Fritai is just a fritter of everything fried up, and I love it. When you know, growing up, I'll go to the side of the street and we could just indulge ourselves in the street food. So we're gonna make that on Friday. It's gonna be really cool. Hopefully you join. Thank you again so much for your time. Be safe. Love you. If you don't have any questions, I got you. I got you with the recipe. I got you. If you don't have any questions, they're just edible flowers. You could get edible orchids for somebody that asks what's the name of the flowers. Edible orchids or edible flowers or micro flowers. They're a little bit hard to find right now because of everything going on with the coronavirus. So yeah, they're very hard to find. So they probably won't be as easy to find now. But when everything is over, obviously you can find them. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, I'm gonna save the live. I'm gonna save it. Again, that's what it looks like.